with regard to what happened last year with the Gen Z protests, that he's yet to issue any comprehensive statement on the same. We've seen him on public platforms, rallies, just issuing casual statements on the same, saying it will not happen again. When he hosted the Finnish president, he also said, while answering a journalist, that all of them have gone back to their families. Now we're seeing him apologizing and qualifying his apology by saying if he has wronged them. Do you feel that this is just another one of his casual statements with regard to what happened last year?
I think, Fred, we have a problem, but it's good for Kenyans to know that it is the first time that the prayer breakfasts have been done on a Wednesday. Prayer breakfast is normally done the last Thursday of May. But I think because of the schedule of the president, that's why it was done on a Wednesday. Whether that should be the case or whether it should stick and then the president should align to the diary, that's another story. But now, Fred, my word goes to half-hearted apology. The moment you say if to any apology, it's done. It's no longer there. Now, if you look at the body language of the president, he was pushed by the speaker. It is the speaker who prescribed that he should do this, and he was cornered. He was in the loo, people clapped for the speaker, and like he had nothing else to do. So it was half-hearted. Look at the body language. If, we have done this, you don't have to. And I keep on telling people, please, if you don't want to apologize, please don't. It doesn't make sense. It actually aggravates. So you'd rather have gone back, reflect, maybe 2 weeks or so, think whether he wants to apologize or not. It's not a must you apologize. It's not a must. If you think what you did was right, please, it comes out even worse. Now, it started with the professor. And the DP goes to say, they should also, already fighting them, And then, Gen Zs are adults. They want to be referred as young people. At least call them young people. You don't want to call them adults. Don't call them children. Oh, it messes up everything. It began by saying our children. And the if thing. Now, let me say this. There's nothing to apologize about Tanzania. What are we apologizing? What mistake have Kenyans done? This is an East African community. People want to cut so that you fix Uganda there, Tanzania there, Kenya there. So, first of all, there's nothing to apologize about Tanzania. There is everything to apologize about Gen Z, but don't do it that fashion. It actually messed up thing. The speaker, I think, had a very good brief that Kenya, the biggest issue here with the government is Gen Z. And if you are going to address the president, you must bring the issue of Gen Z. That is a brief I think the speaker had. But it came out so he was cornered and then he began saying, if. I want to say today, from where I see it, it fell flat. It didn't have an impact. And by the way, you don't apologize, try to apologize, when you are still doing what you are supposed to be accused of. I'll pick only one point. Gen Z spoke about a lean government. Actually, when the cabinet was dissolved or the ministers and all that, the idea was there were supposed to be very few ministers, maybe half of the PSs, but they went back and expanded executive. So that's why I'm saying there was no need to try to apologize, because the things that Gen Z said, Gen Z spoke about do the right thing. He tried calling them for a meeting. They said, wait a minute, please, you are the president, do the right thing, follow the constitution. We don't want any more drama. But what has happened? Collapse of institutions, of processes and systems. So according to me, that apology ought not to have been there. It was a forced one. Okay. He was just caught up in the hole and there's nothing you can do. Abductions are continuing. And then the prayer of Erach. You see, these things should be natural. Prayer breakfast should be very natural. You don't come and pray against social media in such a prayer. No, what are you praying about? People, what are you praying? Saying God to intervene on social media. I think if somebody wants to use those prayers now to answer the prayers by curtailing the freedom of social media, it will not work.
Okay. Bwana Sosion, there seems to be a push